Hi guys, welcome and welcome back. Today's video is just another story time. I normally make story times when I am either having some plans of like upcoming videos that's not being ready yet, or I'm not going out making vlogging videos or stuff like that. But when it comes to me just sitting down and trying to have you guys have at least a video for this coming up week, is I sit down and tell you guys one of my story, lifestyle experience, and stay tuned. Just don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and let's get on with the video. So this story time is going to be involved with a job experience that I have gone through recently of last year. So I just want to go ahead and quickly share that with you. I did a last video of some of my job sharing experience with you when I was like pretty much harassed, bullied, and dealing with drama at the job. I'll just leave that up there for you guys if you guys are interested in hearing that kind of background video, what my job is like at the time. Luckily, it's gotten so much better. Luckily, God just made us be patient and just watch the show while they were the ones ruining themselves. Not to be rude, but as much as like, you know, you can't do anything, it's like you're not being heard at all or anything like that, and then they're just getting their ways. It's just doesn't feel great. It's like high school all over again. It's like you guys doing all of this drama for what? To not clean, to not do your job because it's easy money. It's an easy money task to whatever position you have in that facility area, and you could get so easy jobs. So like, it's not much things that you gotta do to be able to just get paid. I mean, this is something that we could all agree on. We could all work, and as long as we are getting paid. Why aren't you working as long as you're getting paid? Because that's what you're being told to do though. But anyways, that's not today's video. I'm just getting a little bit warmed up about it. But anyways, that's just something what's been happening. And then on the side note, we're gonna be talking about a nurse that was an RN nurse temporarily. It didn't last not even like a week. Yeah, I think it was like maybe 2 weeks, and that was it. Not even a month. It didn't even last with her a month. And I'm gonna tell you guys why. Obviously, you guys also was being known by the title about I had a problem with our nurse, our RN nurse, as in the COVID testing. And the reason was that is because when we had our permanent nurse that was there for throughout the time since it started opening on the May of 2020 till like the September of 2020. So we had that nurse for so long, then he finally went back to his original job that is a permanent job that you can't give up on that, because this job we have is not a permanent job. This job is temporarily as long as they are needing us to keep working. And thanking God that I am able to at least have this job experience, job income, and I'm just glad that it has been gone this far as of today on this video that might be showing up like in a couple days from now when I'm on recording this live. Okay, so we end up having a new replacement nurse. It was a female. That was it. I'm not gonna tell you the name because I mean I don't care at all or anything like that. This is just in the past. It's gone, yada yada yada. But it's just like, it was so badly insane that it got to the point that, is she a nurse? Like, how does she got an RN license? Like, it's just it's just too much. So she's like the type of lady that's somewhere around her mid 50s, maybe like around there, between 30s. Like, she was that kind of lady. I couldn't tell what her age was. I didn't ask, which I did not care for, and it was just something that she looked around that age. She looked like she didn't take care of her lifestyle. She was already overweight on herself. She was still, yes, she was motivated, moving around still, even though she was overweight kind of look. So she was still in that certain health that she could get up and get going and move around, but she was the type of lady that didn't take care of her weight and stuff like that. So that's how she looked. She had already gray hairs going on. She still had some of her natural color, but it was already kind of faded away. And she was light skinned. That's how I'm gonna say of what kind of lady she was. And it was just only her first day of job that she already showed us that she wasn't doing the best. She went to work late. She never came back on time in her lunch break. She comes back maybe 10 minutes later at that first timing. The first week we were dealing with her. At that time we had a EOA manager that she was already planning to go on vacation, that she's also been with us since the beginning of May as of then. She was already planning to go on a vacation for 2 weeks or a week, I think. I forgot. It's just been months now that this happened. But I'm gonna say a week though, because just refreshing my mind right now is telling me a week. So we'll go with that. It's been a week and we've already seen her, me and our admin and the EOA manager, we're already like going ourselves like, this is our nurse. Okay, well we'll just see what works. Let's see what works. Hopefully it's not as worse as it's ever been already. So the next thing you know, our EOA manager, she went on vacation. This is when everything hit rock bottom, you guys. Like everything went rock bottom. Like it just was not okay at all. So on that note, after we had a temporary, as we thought it was a temporary problem, but this EOA manager was the nurse that I brought up involving as our EOA manager that got replaced, because she was also planning to leave already in around those couple months. This was just only the fall before all this chaos happened with the drama that I'm telling you on that last video I've done a story time. This is one of our EOA managers that is a male. He's a great person and all, but when it comes to a manager position, I don't think it's the best job for him. So he was clueless already. He kept asking me, asking the admin, how do I do this, how do I do that as an EOA manager? And that's a higher position than what we do, and we are really shouldn't be getting involved with that because it's something that we are not advanced for. But because of our EOA manager that's been with us so long, she involved us with a lot and showed us how to do things. Doesn't mean that we did her job. She always did her job. It's just made us understand what her job was. And because of being so long with that person, we knew what her job was. So we knew what you needed to do as an EOA manager. But we never put ourselves in the position as an EOA manager's job, because it's not our job for what we're getting paid for. So don't get a job, and just for like you guys in the future when it comes to jobs, don't get hired for a job that's not what you're getting paid for, because it's just a waste of time, waste of money, and there's other job companies who are willing to pay you for what you are worth for. So don't forget what you guys are worth for, because I've been hearing like other places, like for example, you're in a cashier, you're getting paid as a cashier, then for some reason this manager quits, and now this store manager needs a manager really quick, hires this cashier job to be the manager, but doesn't raise the raise or anything, just keeps her as a register raise what she's pretty much getting paid for as a cashier than as a manager. That's something that people are using you for what you are worth for. So don't forget that, you guys. But move on with the story. That's what happened. And then the next week, well, let's be honest, she was already on that first week, she was already so comfortable with us by telling us her relationship lifestyle, as she was already married, she had a couple kids, but was like, this is a travel nurse again, you know, somewhere around in California, came over here in our area to go ahead and work with us. She already had a life, but she was already telling us from the start her relationships lifestyle that she was doing, because she was going online dating at the time when she was already with us, and she was already telling us about how her online dating was and everything else, and she would bring them into the whole in one day. We're just like, we don't need to know this when we're working. This is something that's out of work. But she never understood that. She just, like, that was the only topic she only talked about, and we couldn't avoid it. She was one of those ladies that kept on talking and talking from one thing to another, to jumping to here, to jumping to there, when we're just talking about this only, but she went to jump to here, to there, to this conversation, and we're just like, where is the end of this conversation? Like, what happened to this conversation and then it end up to this conversation? That's a huge thing that she does, and like, it's like when you talk to her, you can't get out of it. Like, you can't run away because she keeps talking to you, that's preventing you to walk away. Because like, we're not like those rude people, but she is the rude people because she's not letting us get on with our lives, you know, like, it's not all about you. So it's very uncomfortable when you're hearing someone that you don't know who she really is in the background of the whole story, unless telling us that she's already married, she has kids, has a home, she has a life because she is a nurse, but she's out there being a hoe bag. It's just so embarrassing for her that she does not care to know that. So yeah, she was already finding out, okay, we're gonna have a different temporary EOA manager, that's great. But we're already telling her it's a male, like it's gonna be him. We've been hearing that he's a good manager and all this and that. Like he's a hardworking man. That's what we know so far, and we're excited because we like people who are here to work, not people who are here to be lazy and not do anything. So we were excited on that. But her response was,
I'm not gonna make him do what I want to do. I'm just gonna have it my way. I'm not gonna listen to this manager. I'd rather just do me. And
like, she just pretty much did not want this temporary manager, EOA manager, to tell her what to do, but that's their job. So because of her hearing that, we're just like, okay, she's just the type of nurse that she gets everything her way on her own way, literally her own way then. Like, you can't even have an EOA manager even tell you what to do, like that kind of trick. So once that started next week, we are already on our next week, we get to meet our EOA manager temporarily. We were so excited to talk and get to know him, show him what we do things around here in our area, because every facility area is different, especially when it's a mobile event. When I say mobile event, it's meaning like it's a, like in this other word, clinic that is somewhere else located on a rented building that you are willing to operate. So we are like located like a college, and we are in a gym. So that's where we have the mobile event at for the COVID testing, you know? So that kind of way, because I know there's a lot of places around this world doing that right now. The first thing we tell them, like, you won't believe what kind of nurse we have as well, so don't be surprised. And I don't know, to start off with, I didn't even like our EOA manager because he was showing us a bad example right away of who he really is too. And then on top of that with her, it's like they were in the competition since day one. Like, he was just one of those people that thinks he's better than everybody, or wants to be better than everybody, or just likes the attention of everybody, that telling him you are the best nurse. Those kinds of people. And he was like that all the time, all the time. As much as he's a good guy and everything, but it was just like that. And then there was her that doesn't like being told to do. So I'm pretty much, she likes to break rules. She doesn't listen to rules because she does not follow rules, because she's the person that is a rule breaker, you know? And so that didn't work. It was just all over the place. Like, them two, they were just all over the place. Like, he wanted to be also jumping in and being a second nurse when it's needed, when we have a backup line, because she would take forever on just to give one patient at a time. It will take her 30 minutes per patient, or 15 minutes between them. Obviously, she didn't believe that, even though I told her that, but she was like, no, that's not true, because she's not paying attention to the time. Me and an admin are, because we are constantly typing in the time of each patient, checking them in, and we're realizing it's been 30 minutes and it's backing out the line up to the freaking outside of the building. Like, it's a huge line out there on the first day of that week, you know? So like, this is a COVID area where you just gotta only just tell them like quickly how things are gonna go, and then because obviously we give them the paperwork and instructions. What do you do after you get COVID? What do you do to do this? That's what it's for, because we're not here to have these patients stand there for 30 minutes in line till they end up being their turn, just to get their nose swabbed. Just for that. It's an in and out kind of thing, because it's a COVID situation. We don't want us all to be too much crowded in there with, who knows, this person might have it, this person doesn't, and they're standing there way too long, that they're just gonna catch it that way. But obviously, we're all wearing masks, we all have to keep our social distance. Luckily, that gym is huge to keep ourselves social distance, but we don't like to let it sit there for too long, that limit, to keep the line moving, because it's like window timing schedule, 7 people per 30 minutes. So we've been already swabbed those 7 people per 30 minutes, and she's been having 1 person per 30 minutes. You see what I'm saying? So she like literally was there like being a teacher to each patient. Like, you're not here for that. You're here just to swab their nose and that's it. You're not a nurse for a clinic. You're just a nurse for a mobile event, that for COVID testing. Just in and out, in and out, in and out. But that wasn't happening. And on top of that, since our EUA manager was gone on vacation, on her first day of that new week with our temporary one, she showed up late, like maybe 30 minutes later or so. And then also because she didn't care, or she didn't like him jumping in when she needed the help, because the way she was backing up everybody in line, our EUA manager, temporary guy, he would jump in and do the swab as well, but also like just quickly make a little section, hey, have someone just come over here and I'll just quickly swab you here then, you know? So she didn't like that, I'm guessing, because for some reason, I mean, she was already late to begin with on her first week before we had the temporary EUA manager. And then the next week, we had her as like, oh, I have the opportunity, since he's a nurse, I don't have to do anything. I'm gonna go sit down on my desk and sit through the rest of my day. That kind of attitude. She was literally like that the rest of the week. She would have him do all the work instead. And on top of that, she was always late to her lunch every time. It's so funny. I knew she did this on purpose. It's not a problem. When she told me, she got very comfortable with me than everybody else. That she, oh my gosh, I couldn't handle her conversations. Like, the one jumped to another, and then, like, can I go back to my school? Let me finish my school. Because I'm like, I go to work and school at the same time. That's what I do out there. I check in patients at the same time, then I do my homework. That's all I do every time I'm at work. I'm at work because I sit there 12 hours a day being bored sometimes. So I don't want to be behind of my college schoolwork. I bring my laptop with me because my school is online, so I could do it anywhere where I could go, which that's why I do my homework at work. I do my editing on YouTube at work because I have the time and pleasure to use my computer all day for 12 hours while I'm checking in patients, because I'm sitting in my desk all day at work until lunchtime, you know, compared to being at home, because the kids want mommy time and my man wants me time, you know, like they want me to go ahead and spend some time that I don't have that kind of time for them to do, because I'm always busy with homework or editing kind of thing, you know. So I use time at school to do my homework and edit. While take the 2 days off, I only have a Sunday and Monday, and then my homework's always due on a Sunday night. That's why I just didn't carry her conversation to one thing to another. That's how I knew who she was. But it was, so yes, the part that I was saying that she was just like, oh my gosh, she was just so bad at her job that she lied to us so many things that we knew this is in purpose. It's not a bad problem you have, it's just, it's in purpose. Is that she sits in her desk those 30-minute, you know, because we were having 30-minute lunches at first, until now we are having at least almost an hour lunches each break of our 2 lunches. It would just be 30-minute lunches and 2 lunches. So now she was sitting in her desk at lunch throughout the whole time, sitting on her phone like always, sitting on her phone, you know. And then by the time we were all coming inside, because we were enjoying the sunshine and all the breeze, fresh air out in the wild, the lovely trees, you know, the nature vibes, enjoying all that nice vitamin D coming from, because of dealing inside the building all day at work, we want to be outside when it's a nice day so we get some fresh air and all that. By the time we get back, it's like 5 minutes left till we have to get dressed, get ready, because people start lining up at the door to go ahead and get COVID testing. We come in, right when we come in, she comes out of the door, and yeah, I'm just like, where is she going? We're about to get back to work. Like, everybody need to get back to work, and she's our nurse, walking away 5 minutes till then that she's gone somewhere to her parking lot, sitting in her car. Next thing you know, we see her sitting in the car. She doesn't show up out after we have to get back to work in 5 minutes later. She shows up 30 minutes later more. So she gives herself an hour lunch than when we got ourselves during lunch. Like, she doesn't tell us where she goes. She just doesn't talk to us at all. She just sits in her car, yapping away. Like, she acts like if there's a huge situation that she needs to be in her car for 30 minutes, being on her phone. She like gives herself like a dramatic feeling when she's on the way walking out, like she's frustrated, and she sits in her car on her phone for 30 minutes when those 30 minutes already started, the shift. And then there goes our temporary EOA manager jumping in, and he gets them all fast. Like he could do like 30 people in 30 minutes. Now that's a good work. That's a good job. Now that's what she should have done, you know. But no, she sits there and she would do that every lunch. Every lunch. It's like 5 minutes to left. I have to go out and sit in my car for 30 minutes more. Every lunch. And every lunch we get back, we always have like a little rush because everybody's showing up at that time, because either because they were late or they're showing up to get there early and just get it over with. That's why we always have a little rush going on after lunch. And she always did this because she knew that rush and she just didn't want to do her job. And she didn't care about social distancing. She didn't care about COVID safety rules. She didn't care about being a nurse besides being a teacher nurse and just yapping away on each patient, because I think that's what she was very good at, just talking and talking, and does not know where to stop talking. And it was only that first week. We didn't even have gone to the end of the week. We were just already done with it because it's only been like a week and a half for me and the admin dealing with her already, and realizing, no, this is not okay. We're not gonna be safe. One thing or another, she's gonna get caught with the COVID, then she's gonna spread it to all of us. Or on top of that, our nurse's job also is to make sure our facility is staying safe, because isn't a nurse having a reason to have a license to make sure their workers and patients are safe? And this is a COVID event testing area, you know, so that is her job, to be making sure we are safe. And we were not feeling safe 100%. We were not happy because we caught a lot of evidence. We took pictures of it to report these things. But what did she do that was out of the line? She didn't wear a mask a lot of the times. She wore her public mask. So yeah, we just knew we just couldn't keep up with this job. Either she was gonna make us lose our jobs and close down the facility because everybody is complaining too much that this facility isn't safe for these patients, and we didn't want to go to that far, or we had to report to the very top manager that hired us, or whoever is in charge hired an EOA manager to get this resolved ASAP, you know? Like, we can't have this life at all. I have kids to take care of. Like, you guys know I got my 2 kids, and I got my man always staying home with this ticket. I don't want them to get sick and then me having to waste money on living in a hotel, you know, or something like that. At least keep my social distance if I do get sick, because my plan is, if I get sick because of an exposure, I don't want them to be around me, at least, you know. But other than that, luckily, thank you, I have not been exposed to this long, thank God. So we took a lot of evidence of taking photos of what she was doing already. Oh my gosh, she did not wear gloves too most of the time. It's either if she did have her mask on, at least most of the time, then gloves was the worst thing. It's either she kept her mask up to here, and then she would have no gloves on for each patient, because you know you gotta sanitize, change gloves each patient. She didn't do that. She barely even wore her gloves. She didn't clean her station at all, and each patient she'd be touching. Each patient she'd be touching on the shoulder, like she needed to hold them on the shoulder, but she didn't do any sanitation per patient. I feel bad for those people who are OCD and getting tested per patient, and they see them next in line, what this nurse is doing wrong. OCD people, I'm so sorry you guys having to hear this out. I'm not even OCD, but that is an issue. She also, you know, we all have our desk. We're not allowed to have food on our desk because it's COVID. We were supposed to have our food only out during lunchtime when we're not wearing our mask or wearing gloves. We're gonna be only in our lunchroom when we have to take out our gowns, take out our gloves, and sanitize, you know. That's when we go to the gym, our lunchroom. That's the only time we only get to have our lunch around. We don't put our lunch in our desk. We eat our lunch somewhere else that we are not around with people. She doesn't care to be touching germs to germs while she's eating, germs to this and eating. I'm just like, and on top of that, she would come to all of us. Hey, do you guys want some of this? Hey, do you guys want some of this? She'd be grabbing her hands and giving it to us instead of having us grab it. I'm like, no, we don't want it anymore. We don't want it. No, we just throw it away after. It's like, what's the point of you touching it when your hands are not clean? Nope. And then, oh my, she just hugs all over your stuff too. She just grabs onto your stuff without asking. She always hugged me a lot because everybody would get irritated so badly towards her that they just don't want to talk to her. And I was the one always minding my own business, so that's why she just came to jump into me and try to be best friends with me, which it wasn't gonna happen. Because why do you think I mind my own business by everything? Because I don't want to be dealing with friendships at work. I'm here to work because I have better things to deal with. And she was just one of those people that felt alone, that she needed to talk to me about her relationships when it comes to dating people online. That's all she did. Every day, every night, she had someone in the morning that leaving in the hotel that she had to tell us. Oh, I left some man in the hotel. I mean, I think it's great. I think it's great with this guy. The next thing you know, she's with another guy. The next thing you know, another guy. It's like one guy to another each day, each night. And she always be coming home work late because of that reason. Oh, an excuse. He's the excuse. They are the excuse for her that she needs to skip out of the job. There was already a one-time thing that she was putting herself into drama and stress with this relationship guy in the past that happened to live next town where we're at the job. And she does not live near him. She lives 5 hours away because she has a husband and kids in her life somewhere else. So maybe that's why she didn't want to talk to him, because she had a life. And now she was away from her life. She thought it was okay to be a whore. She thought it was okay to be this. She thought it was okay to be helping her ex. And that's what she was doing too. She was stressing a lot that she was talking to her ex, that one day she just walked out. She just walked out in like it was only just half day done throughout the 12-hour shift. So what, 6 hours later, she walked out on us, didn't tell us. She just said cry. She said sorry, and she cried. The next thing you know, she showed up late, and we wondered what was happening yesterday as well. We thought she wasn't going to come to work no more, which we were happy about. But no, she was still coming back. She was just very late. Her excuse to always coming in late is that she had a memory problem. Every excuse to her with being a nurse is she had a memory problems. Whatever she needed to do her job as a nurse, her excuse was, I'm sorry, I have a memory problem. Then what are you doing here working as a nurse if you have a memory problem? You're already disabled, as that's what is being considered yourself. You're calling yourself a disabled person because you have a memory problem, that you can't have things in your mind organized as a nurse, that she be hugging on my computer, printing out, wasting paper on things that she should have already read from the book when she got her license at school. That's what your brain was for, so you don't have to have paper. Show them paper that this is it. Like she had no knowledge at all. Like she just kept forgetting and like memory problems and stuff like. And I was the one. No one has not said anything to her like straight up about it. Like I was already to the point like, okay, I'm irritated for doing that too, because of me minding my business. They were all shocked that, oh my gosh, you really spoken up, because I mind my business. And I was just like, she just went over the line. Like I was just done, you know. So I went straight up telling my nurse, no, you have so many complaints from our nurses, from our patients, that you are a very bad nurse. The things that you're doing isn't okay. She goes telling me sorry, that the fact that it is true, the reality that you're not following the COVID testing rules. Patients are getting complained that, oh, she's not changing the station, she's not sanitizing. That's what I'm telling her, that what she's already doing wrong. Not wearing a mask all the time. She goes telling me sorry, but can you please help me? Because I have a memory problem. Can you help me and catch me if I'm doing something wrong? I am not here to babysit. I am not here to be holding your hand throughout the time, nurse. You are supposed to be smarter than I am, because when you're a nurse, you take a lot of years of going to college for. I'm not gonna do her job when that's her job. I am getting paid for what I'm getting paid for. As an interpreter, I sit my ass all day doing that. But I don't do that. I now do an admin. Actually, to begin with, I was an admin since I came into that week. First week I started working, I was an admin and an interpreter, because I didn't want to be sitting my ass 12 hours a day just being an interpreter, because I was the type of person that got so used to with work style that evolves with non-stop working, non-stop moving, and I'm so used to that kind of lifestyle at work. So I had no problem me being an admin. So that was my problem. It's just like she kept hugging on to me because of that reason, which I wasn't having fun at all. But at least the fun part was, at least if she wanted to be around my life, you're only hearing the truth, and that the truth is you are a bad nurse. You are breaking so many rules that I wasn't having about. And she walked out on us on whatever she liked between patients. Like, she sees there's patients in line, she'll definitely walk out in the middle of it. And she will definitely find many ways to make sure she's not doing anything in her job. She told us straight up, oh, I lost my last job. They let me go because maybe I should have not told them that I was sitting here all day doing nothing. That's what she literally said that to me. I'm like, you're not hearing yourself what you're saying, lady. Like, you're telling me that you lost your last job because you were sitting there doing nothing, which you're doing the same thing here. And on top of that, you're coming in late every single day for any time you get back to work on your shift. She's very blind, lady. You are a very blind lady. So that's after that, I took the part on doing the writing, doing the photos. I literally took photos in front of her when she's doing patients because she's not wearing goggles, she's not wearing a face mask during patients. She's holding her hands with her unchanged glove. So I took a picture of that and explained to her what's happening in that situation. I took a picture of her desk, what's happened in this situation. She doesn't keep her desk not food free or anything like that while she's wearing her gown. And yeah, it's like she's getting so comfortable, like this is her home. Oh my gosh, I didn't even tell you guys this yet. Like, oh my gosh, we didn't even report this to them at all, but we were being very fishy. The fact that since she showed up in the job facility, a lot of the supplies were becoming missing. Like, the tubes were becoming missing. Like, who would take these tubes? What is she gonna use them for? We don't know that for sure, but they were becoming missing because every box that gets shipped, we gotta make sure it's nothing missing. If not, we gotta report to them. We report every little thing, and she hasn't been reporting to them at all, even though there was a lady that fainted. She didn't report that at all to the people. You're supposed to report when there's something wrong in the facility, either if someone got hurt or anything, or if supplies are missing, anything that you need to report. And she said to us that she was gonna report to them about the incident about the lady fainting that got sent to the hospital. She didn't say that to them. So how our LHI company would know that this happened today in this facility? They don't. They end up finding out a week later because she didn't told us that this happened. And then if we just had to find out, hey, what happened? I heard about this. Why you guys didn't report this to us? Because she said she was on the phone already, walking out of the facility, walking out of the gym, saying, oh yeah, I'm on the phone already, I'm talking to them right now. No, she was talking to some random person that doesn't involve with work on the phone for 30 minutes out there on the freaking gym. Really? You're just like on break every time or something, lady? Like, even between patients, even when this happened, when you were supposed to do your job? And you're calling yourself with memory problems? This sounds like on purpose with everything you're doing. I don't know, there was pens missing, there was like tubes missing, and there was tape missing, and there was so many paper being wasted and missing that we were having to ship out, like, purchase everything. You could leave, lady, you could leave. We could all leave the work. She stays in the gym still when you're supposed to be leaving already. The only last people should be there is the cleaning lady or the cleaning guy or the cleaning serve pro company, because that's what they do. They clean, like change bags, you know, fog up the building every night. That's the only people that should be there last. We leave, they start cleaning. She was, I don't know, she was still sitting there, maybe in the back of in our supply room, while stealing things when she shouldn't. Ever since she left, now we were not getting anything stolen, nothing's missing. Isn't that funny? Yeah, that's funny, I know, right? Finally, when we finally reported to her, we all get this email of our upcoming next week's schedule. She wasn't in the schedule. They told us this has only been sent out to you guys, not to her. She hasn't gotten any schedule report, so don't tell her anything. They literally said on the email, like, okay then, we won't tell her, we won't say anything. But we're just like, yes, we finally got her to let go of her job, finally. And oh my gosh, like, it's like she doesn't plan things out or anything like that. We didn't know that she got herself purposely renting an apartment or something like that a month already. She just started to move into that place that week when we were already trying to get rid of her that week. So she ended up being stuck here in our city a month later with no job. The next thing you know, she ends up getting hired at CVS, supposed to be telling us these things, and then that she's got hired for COVID testing facility at the hospital in our area. I'm just like, well, good luck with her, because that, I don't know why people want to keep her. No one doesn't, because I mean, she already told us clearly that she kept getting let go of all her other jobs, probably because you're clearly not doing the greatest at all. I'm not the type of person to cheat as a graphic designer. That does not show a professional. Just like how you're already cheating yourself as a nurse. I am not a cheater. No. Or a liar. She also lied a lot too. So, I mean, even though she got let go of her job after that week later, the stuff that she printed out, those stickers, showed up a week later into her place, that she even still dropped it off to us. Like, we didn't care for those stickers at all. It just said COVID testing 2020. Now we're in 2021. Like, I don't think those stickers are worth it now. She ordered so many stickers too. Like, what are we gonna do with these other 500 stickers? Yeah. But anyways, I'm just gonna end this video here. I talked too much about her. I mean, I already showed you guys what really is the point of it and everything. I don't work with a person like that. You guys don't. It's not fun. So if you guys really enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more story times. If you guys want to hear more story times, let me know. I always have story times to tell you guys about my life. Everybody has a life, you know, and I am the person that be growing in life still. Even though I made a lot of mistakes those past 10 years I had. Whew. But, you know, thank you guys for watching, and I'll be seeing you guys next video of story time or any upcoming videos that I'm planning on doing, reviews, vlogging, yada yada. Go ahead and check that. Check out my YouTube channel if you guys have not, so you guys can know what I do, and you guys could possibly subscribe to me. And I am still in the process to try to reach 1,000 people. You guys, come on, make it happen. Be my supporter. I'll thank you for that. But anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.